All right, so first off, I've got my group, okay, my group, the rectangular arch, the rectangle, polygon rectangle, um, and the bend handle that's controlling the arch. So here's the surface, the rectangle, here's the bend handle, and here's the group. So wherever the group goes, everyone else is going to go. So I'm going to set a keyframe for the group off stage. I'm going to set it right there. Let's say it's 260. And we'll go to the channel box, and I'm just going to pick up these values that have numbers right now. So these are the numbers. They're not zeroed because if I select the surface and I say modify freeze transformations and zero the surface, then the relationship between the surface and the bend handle is broken. So I can't use the bend handle then. So I have to live with those numbers. And that's where I am off camera. You can see I'm outside the clipping area here. All right, now that's at frame 260. Okay, so I'm going to key all those. And I want to make sure again that I'm working with my, see, I worked on the surface by accident there. I want to make sure I'm doing this to the arch only. Okay, so there's the arch. That's my group. And when I get here, the sound's going to talk about that the arch is made of two parts, a pedicle. So I want to get the surface, meaning the group now, into the scene by 324 at a place where I can then add pedicle and lamina labels while it's sitting still. So let's say 320 is where we want that. So I'll bring it into the scene. And that's where my auto key is on. So I've got now that image there, or that surface sitting there, the group. And now I can do all the labeling, which I'll do in After Effects, obviously. Okay, so that's where it's done saying laminate. So I'll get to like 380 and we'll key it again, because I want that to make sure it holds perfectly still. Now I want to get to the end. I want to get to the point where it's so it says the pedicles attached to laminate to the body, right around 450. Okay, so by the time I get to 450, I've got to have that bend completely done, and I've got to be making contact with the body. So it's going to be hard for me to know how to make contact with the body without the bend in place. So I'm going to kick back, or I'm going to take the, go to the previous keyframe tool here. So that's just me right back here where I'm just completed my labeling. And I'm going to get my bend handle, select it, go to the channel box, and find the curvature at that same frame and say key selected. So now the curvature is 0. Now when I get to the end, and you can hear where it says attaching them to the body right around 450. So by 450, that curvature has to change. So I'm middle mouse dragging, and I know from experimentation that negative 133 is about the value I want. So now this is the amount of time, okay, that the bend handle has to deform the pedicle and laminate, pedicles and laminate, okay? So let's go back to that spot. Now again, we get the group. Now what I want to do is not only let that bend, get to frame 450, which is where the bend is completed and where the words are saying attached, and make sure now that I have literally put the pedicles in contact with the body, which I have here. Okay. Don't worry about the articulating processes. They look like they're there, but actually they're out of the view. They're above and below the camera. So from the superior view you can see them, but you can see in the perspective view they're not. Very important that you remember to set your bookmarks. So I have a perspective camera shot. So if you accidentally move, you can get back to that position without worrying about it, and then you'll be sure to be registered. So right now, if we click on this page, let's see what we get. Okay. Now we've got everything we need. We just got to render it, take it into After Effects, and add the animation. Okay.